Kiara has mentioned that she really likes my voice and she wants me to sing for her, which I have actually. I think inadvertently I've sung quite a bit for her. I've sung quite a bit for Katrina, including Leke Prabhu Ka Naam, be it Jaga Jasoos. Jaga Jasoos, I did a lot of songs in that film. So strangely, I feel that personally, especially my talking voice and the fact that I have a husky voice, that I suit I suit Priyanka, because I feel that she also has a husky voice. Jiya jaise jiya main to tare gin gin, teri aankhon mein koi main sare din din, kya karoon, jiya hu tujh bin.
Hey everyone, this is Aditi and you are watching me on News 18 Showsha. Today I have one of the most loved singers joining me, whose soulful voice we have time and again embraced. So Nikhita, a huge welcome to News 18 and we are so happy to have you with us today.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you, pleasure to be here.
A huge congratulations for Jiya Jaise. I loved listening to it. It's actually like a warm hug to every hopelessly romantic person like me. You tell me, how has the response been so far? What are people telling you?
I mean, the response has been great. People have been, tagging us, sharing the song, this, that. And we love the song so much that we're not even bothered about the response, so to speak.
Okay.
Because, we've been so excited to release this song, to share it with the world, to make it everybody's. Because as you described it so beautifully. Like, it's been a warm hug for us also, working on it. And we were just so excited, to be honest. And, the more people share it, the more people make it their own and find themselves in the song. The song kind of lives on in its purpose.
Tell me about your collaboration with Raghav. How was it working with him?
I met Raghav because of the song. So, he's a fabulous composer and songwriter, and I was very happy to be part of the song. When I heard it for the first time, I absolutely loved it and was so glad to be included and to be made part of it. And he's a really sweet guy, very sweet, very talented. And I remember when we were discussing the music video, he was very shy about being in the video. And I was very adamant about him and me both being in the video. I was like, no, you have to be in the video. And then he was all like, he's very awkward, like
on the camera.
Yeah, but I think that's very endearing. I think I love artists who are awkward and still and if you capture that, I think
it's very innocent.
It is like the song, it is
true.
It's just endearing. So yeah.
Over the years you have collaborated with so many artists. Is there anything specific from a collaborator that you have learned and that has also allowed you to, learn something from them and apply that somewhere?
I think the biggest thing in any collaboration is trust, is faith.
True.
Because I've worked with so many people, collaborated with so many people, and the mutual trust is so important because most of the time it's two strangers.
Yeah,
two people who have never worked before. And maybe we've heard of each other or heard something of each other, like a song by one another, but never, trusting the artist is so important. And, when you let that happen, then that's when the collaboration becomes something good.
And what do you do, for example, if there's a creative clash or a difference? Do you find a common ground or that way?
Yeah, in this song, for instance, I remember I sort of rewrote my verse because I recomposed my verse because it was it was made for in a male register, and then I changed it around. And then Raghav was, he felt like it wasn't what he had envisioned because it's his baby after all.
True.
And that's the thing, when he sort of put his foot down and he was like, no, let me make something else. And it was actually really nice to be sort of
accepting.
No, I didn't get upset. I was like, okay, cool, I get it. If you, because both of us have to love the song.
True.
Both of us have to love what we make together. And it's like everyone has a veto when you're creating something together. So if any one person is not in harmony, should always, express it.
True.
And that's, it's great that being two strangers, we still sort of created that, trust with each other.
That's a very lovely way to look at things.
Yeah, that's the most important thing in a collaboration.
Your songs often evoke very deep emotions. So how do you, as a singer and even as a person, how do you ensure to, balance that out with your personal vulnerability while singing and making sure कि वो audience के साथ भी connect हो जाए?
I think just being honest, like honesty in the song. Like not every song requires vulnerability.
True.
But I think whatever it requires, if you're just, sort of honest about it, I don't know how else to sort of explain the process. But like in this song, I just needed to be that character that the girl is in the song, someone who's really like sweet and in love, and there's this sense of surrender, right, in the song. And I think as long as you believe it,
it works.
It works.
Yeah. Nikhita, you have started your career with A.R. Rahman, and time and again you have mentioned how a guiding source of inspiration he has been for you. Are there any plans of collaborating with him in the future, or?
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
Like, I think Sir also took quite the sabbatical from film for a while. And he's been going through his own creative journey. But I believe he's doing a lot of films now. But that the ball is always in his court, I suppose. But of course, I've worked plenty with him and on very unique projects, to be honest. Like, I did one of my personal milestone films was this film called Muhammad Messenger of God, which was his collaboration with Majid Majidi, who's an Oscar-winning, both Oscar-winning director and music director. And that film never, it was banned in India, but I was pretty much the voice of that film. So I've gotten to really experience very, very, like as an artist, very satisfying projects with Rahman sir. So it's every project that I've done with him, every session has been so unique. And I'm looking forward to the next.
Even we are. Now that you have made a significant mark of yourself in the industry, as a creative person as well as a singer, are you choosy about projects and creating boundaries? Ki nahi, isme zyada ye ho jayega, I'll have to,
Yes. No, so let me answer that question correctly. In film, no, I'm not choosy because film is my contribution in a film project is as a playback singer.
True.
So my job starts and ends with me and the microphone. So it doesn't matter about the scenario. It's about how well you fit and your voice fits that scene. So it's very different with film. But with non-film, I have started being a little more clear about what I want out of my musical journey, because I feel that since it's non-film, the artist should be correctly represented.
True.
So if it's a project where, it's the format of film is being followed, where you're just, sort of hiring actors to depict the song and then you're just making singers sing, then it kind of defeats the point of non-film. So in that sense, I've been a little picky. And because I just want to be true to myself, I just, want to do things that make me proud and happy to associate and to be a part of a song. So.
True. Last year, you delivered chartbuster numbers. And speaking of film, starting with Tu Jhooti Mein Makar, then Tiger 3 happened.
Right.
Now that you have set up that bar, again at the same time, is it difficult to again deliver that level, or what's the best way to deal with that pressure, with that hype and everything?
I don't really take the pressure. I think the producers of the film take the pressure. I'm very grateful for everybody who has believed in me to make me a part of such huge projects. Pritam Da being a very significant name in that. And I'm just honestly just honored and grateful to be part of these projects and to be able to experience that level of love and popularity
True.
through the songs that I sing. So.
Which actress do you think suits your voice the most?
Well, that's a great question. Because a lot of times some actresses have told me that I suit them.
Yeah.
Like Kiara has mentioned that she really likes my voice and she wants me to sing for her, which I have actually. I think inadvertently I've sung quite a bit for her. I've sung quite a bit for Katrina, including Leke Prabhu Ka Naam, be it Jaga Jasoos. Jaga Jasoos, I did a lot of songs in that film. So strangely, I feel that personally, especially my talking voice and the fact that I have a husky voice, that I suit I suit Priyanka, because I feel that she also has a husky voice.
Yeah, she has a husky voice.
From that perspective, but I've never worked with her or for her, so I would like to see how that turns out, to be honest.
Someday, sometime, super soon.
Yeah.
Nikita, I have to ask you this. How do you perceive the dynamics among your contemporaries, the fellow singers like Jonita, Asis? Is there a competitive edge among you guys, or it's a very friendly competition between you guys, or there's a friendship that you guys share in the professional
I honestly don't like the word competition when it comes to art.
True.
Because I think, how do you quantify something artistic, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I never think about competition. I think artistry it's not a sport, right? It's not a race or you can't really, what is a metric to decide these things. So I think for me at least, I've always been this kind of person generally also. I've never been competitive. I've always been, वो एग्जाम करते ही मैं भाग जाती हूँ हॉल से. कोई मुझे पूछो मत मैंने क्या लिखा, हो गया ना एग्जाम खत्म. So that's always been my state of mind. So I've never been competitive, and that's like for real, like from childhood. My competition, if at all, has always been with myself. Ki, how can I improve? How can I be better? Because that's the only metric.
Way you can measure yourself.
How to measure art, right? It's just how, and sometimes you can have a terrible day. You can make a terrible song.
True.
And it's still a successful day. And you still did well because you did something bad, and that was also important.
True.
So I think it's very hard to, I don't think the word competition should exist for an artist.
Yeah. A couple of tragic events took place in concerts and, various music concerts, and it's very heartbreaking to see that. How do you believe the industry can work towards improving the overall safety and infrastructure?
Yeah, it is a very tricky situation when, there have been actually lots of shows where there have been
even
a lot of
Rahman's concert.
Yes. And I mean, unfortunately, most of the time the artists associated to that event gets sort of linked to the controversy or to the problem or whatever. But it is an infrastructural problem. Yeah. Where, there are usually a lot of people involved in making an event happen, a show happen. And unfortunately, it's when things go south that people start pointing fingers at each other. From our end, we have also become a lot more strict, all artists, I think. When we do events, we, try to, unfortunately, our job or our control on the situation begins and ends with the performance.
True.
So we don't get to participate in venue safety, infrastructure, capacity, all of these things. So I think it's the ball is in the court of the people who sort of conduct such events. And I also feel that to an extent, just in general, these are situations where just humanity sort of steps in. Where human beings should just be kind to each other. And I know we all get excited. I mean, when I also go to a concert, to attend a concert, you see just people sort of out of control because everyone is excited. There's a lot of adrenaline in the air.
And music concerts, there's that rush, there's that excitement.
I think the more the adrenaline, the more safety measures have to be maintained. And that is something that I think just probably there has to be a better system in place to let that happen.
So, Nikhita, music these days, they've taken a whole new level, with the concept of reels. Nowadays, I've seen a lot of singers, they create 1 minute music and things like that just for it to become viral.
Yeah.
So do you think social media trends often tend to kill creativity, or is it a newfound way to sustain yourself?
It's a great question. I feel the people who create music
Yeah.
don't really care about 1 minute, 30
Okay.
seconds, 10
Yeah.
seconds. I feel even the song that we've done, Jiya Jaise, is over 3 minutes, right? So I think most people try to make their songs 2.5 to 3
Yeah.
minutes because that's the attention span of a song.
Yeah.
We're not even talking about reels and stuff now. So, but I think people who have to people who are like focused on just making music don't care about these things. Like, I mean, some of us try to find a balance where we try to cater to parameters, but at the same time make something that soothes our soul.
Yeah.
So it's like there's always, it's like basically it's kind of like an artist has to be an artist and a business person at the same time, and it's a very hard balance to strike.
True.
And I feel like though in that situation, like first create and then figure out how to cater to the
Audience
the parameter,
or your
yeah.
listeners. Yeah.
So that's what I do at least.
Of late, there's also an interference of AI. So,
Right.
do you think it's actually a help for a lot of musicians, or it can also be a very big disadvantage?
Right now, I mean, it's a little vague, the topic of AI. I think the most important thing right now is the laws. Like the laws have not been implemented yet on the usage of AI and the legality of it. And obviously because it is intellectual property of a person, right? Which you are sort of playing with on AI. So that's the first thing that needs to be in place, which is not yet, which is why it's such a scary topic.
Yeah,
But I feel like once the rules are in place, then it'll be a lot easier to understand how we move forward with it.
What are your upcoming projects? Any big Bollywood film or anything where you are? Because we love your voice, we love listening to your songs. Is there anything on the cards?
I'm a terrible person to interview when it comes to upcoming because I either I don't know or I'm like
You're
I'm
not
always
allowed to say.
Yeah, or I can't talk about it. Like I know that there is a film song coming out, but I can't talk about it. I in the non-film also, like if you interviewed me a few weeks ago, then I would have been like Jiya Jaise is coming out, but it's out.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of non-film music also coming out. There is an international collaboration in the pipeline, but again I can't talk about it till I know the date of release and till Ashwin tells me it's on. So it's on. Oh, it's on. Is it for real? Oh, so I'm dropping a song in the first week. This just in, literally. But there is an international collaboration in the making. But I feel like we should do one more interview closer to the first week of March, when I can literally disclose artwork and the artist, and then we can have a longer chat about that.
So, is there anything you want to say to your younger self now that you have come so far? Anything that you would like to say her or to remind her something?
Don't stress so much. It's all good.
Yeah, it works out eventually.
Yeah.
All right, Nikhita, thank you so much for doing this with me. I had a great time chatting with you, and I really look forward to more such conversations.
Yes, before the first week of March.
Definitely. Also, हमारे शोशा ऑडियंस के लिए थोड़ा सा 2 लाइन जिया जैसे.
जिया जैसे जिया मैं तो तारे गिन गिन, तेरी आंखों में खोई मैं सारे दिन क्या करूं, जिया हूँ तुझ बिन.
Lovely.
This is the Raghav part of the song. So to hear it in his voice, listen to the song.
Yeah.
And then listen to my part also.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, this is Nikhita Gandhi and you are watching me on News 18 Showsha.